Good afternoon. Welcome to Miss Smith Presents. You will notice I have a slightly different kind of mask on. I am usually sporting the fabulous cloth masks that our awesome Lisa Benson makes for us. If you've checked the news, maybe you may have noticed we're having a little bit of trouble here in the West. Our air quality index right now at 2 p.m. on Saturday, September the 12th, 2020 is 596. It is extremely hazardous. And we have air filters going. And I just really want to thank Aurora. She has really taken care of herself, stayed inside, stayed next to, we've called it Felix the air filter. Felix the filter has accompanied her everywhere. And we just want to really send some thoughts of safety, fresh air to everyone that is watching, California, our West Coast people, and let's visualize some rain, shall we? You will notice right here, I have a banner, Miss Smith Presents. Aurora has a fabulous show ahead, and I'm just going to do all of my talking right now so that the show can just proceed. We are raising money today for Immigrant Families Together. Imagine running with your family. Hey, wildfires, right? Running with your family, and you are greeted with people who take your children from you. You have no idea where they have gone, and you are put into a detention center and you don't even speak the language. We have been horrible to our guests, our asylum seeking immigrant brothers and sisters. And this is an opportunity for us to right a grievous wrong. I want to call out Stephen Miller. He is the animal in the Trump administration that crafted this cruel, cruel policy. And that is the only purpose for this policy is cruelty. There is no other reason to separate children from their families other than to be cruel. And we are better than that. We as Americans are better than that. And we are here to speak to that today. I'm going to ask you to be as generous as you possibly can. We chose Immigrant Families Together because they directly assist detainees. There's money and paperwork involved, right? That's the American justice system. If you have money, you can jump ahead, right, of all the paperwork and have pretty much anything you want, right? So money goes directly to a detainee so that they can pay for, I'm losing my words right now. It's the bail. Oh, can't believe we put bail on. Anyway, so that they can pay bail, right? And then go through the paperwork and all of the process, which takes time and more money. Then to reunite with their families, they have to travel, that costs money, to a location to then begin the process of getting their child back. They have to live, they have to eat, they have to go through the process and the paperwork of finding their child. This is all just money. It's money, 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 okay? The American way. So as much money as you are able to contribute today, please go to misssmithpresents.com. You will find a link. If you donate through me for the next week, I will cover the processing fees so that Immigrant Families Together gets 100% of the donations that come in. And also this way we can track how much Aurora has earned. I'm so pleased to introduce this phenomenal woman. This is her fourth fundraising concert. She embodies the spirit of generosity. She embodies the spirit of social justice work and is such a great example of how to use your talent to give back. So I need to do one little thing here because it's Dr. Aurora Sherman. And I just want to say one more time, my website is misssmithpresents.com. If you want to Venmo me, it's my full name at Stephanie Lynn Smith, StephaniellynnSmith, because I'm complicated, right? Even my paternal grandmother didn't spell my middle name right. I'll process that in a different show. Anyway, so misssmithpresents.com. Go to my website, contact me, send an email if you want to send a check or pay any other way. We will do everything that we can to get your money to Immigrant Families Together. All right. She's a soprano of the best ilk. And I also want to thank everyone who contributed to my last benefit concert. You can tell we have a baby grand piano. I have had it serviced, and we have new microphones, and we are getting ourselves equipped for these live streams so we can just do better and better work. Without further ado, in her fourth fundraising concert, Love Wins at the Border, Hold On, I am pleased to present Dr. Aurora Sherman.
You can hold my hand when you need to let go. I can be a mountain when you're feeling valley low. I can be a street light showing you the way home. You can hold my hand when you need to let go. I want a house with a crowded table and a place by the fire for everyone. Let us take on the world while we all are able and bring us back together when the day is done. If we want a garden, we're gonna have to sow the seeds, plant a little happiness, let the roots run deep. If it's love that you give, then it's love that you reap. If we want a garden, we're gonna have to sow the seeds. Yeah, I want a house with a crowded table and a place by the fire for everyone. Let us take on the world while we all are able and bring us back together when the day is done. My door is always open, your picture's on my wall. Everyone's a little broken, and everyone belongs. Yeah, everyone belongs. I want a house with a crowded table and a place by the fire for everyone. Let us take on the world while we all are able and bring us back together when the day is done. And bring us back together when the day is done. Thank you, and welcome to Love Wins at the Border, Hold On. Stephanie and I welcome you from wherever you are, whatever time zone you're in. Maybe you're even watching this long after the live portion has ended. Welcome. Well, here we are. It's 2020. This year has been relentless and tragic, and it's only September. Although I have been near despair many times, this year has shown me the continued need for kindness, welcome, empathy, and hope. That's what we plan to do for the next hour. Bring us all into a space of courageous, even audacious hope. Hope that challenges and protests and pushes for change and moral clarity and justice. I admit I have struggled to find any optimism this year. Some days it feels impossible in the face of state-sponsored murders of African Americans, the grim and still rising toll of a totally mismanaged COVID-19 pandemic, now fires, and the continued separation of families at the border, deportations, people jailed because they crossed our border looking for safety. I've been singing every happy song as a sad song and every sad song as a tragedy. But I know from both science, data, and personal experience that action is the antidote to despair. It is the antidote to personal misery and to community pain. So today, we offer a vision of the communities and nation we hope to see: a crowded table with space for everyone, a welcoming nation that recognizes the dignity, worth, and value of every human being. Thank you for joining us, because love wins when we all work together. A stray bullet and a mama cries, baby won't be coming home tonight. Sirens screaming down the avenue, just another story on the evening news. Oh, oh, oh. Politics and prejudice, how the hell did it ever come to this? Everybody's gotta pick a side. It don't matter if you're wrong or right, no. And so it goes. But I hold on to hope and I won't let go, 'cause I believe you and me are sisters and brothers, and I believe we're made to be here for each other, and we'll never fall if we walk hand in hand. But a world that seems broken together again, I believe in the end, love wins. Sometimes it takes a lot of faith to keep believing there will come a day when the tears and the sadness, the pain and the hate, the struggle, this madness will all fade away. 'Cause I believe you and me are sisters and brothers, and I believe we're made to be here for each other, and we'll never fall if we walk hand in hand. But a world that seems broken together again, I believe in the end, love wins. Love is power, love is a smile, love reaches out, love is the remedy, love is the answer, love's an open door, love is the only thing worth fighting for. Yeah. I believe you and me are sisters and brothers, and
whole show. Got the mask on so you can't see it. Very moving. Thank you, Aurora. Fabulous.
Thank you. I can tell by the way you're walking that you don't want company. I'll let you alone and I'll let you walk on, and in your own good time you will be back where the sun can find you, under the wise wishing tree. I'll be considered and straight on delivered onto the tree. And I can tell by the way you're talking that your past isn't letting you go. There's only so long you can take it all on, then the wrong's gotta be on its own. And when you're ready to leave it behind you, you'll look back and all that you'll see is the wreckage and rust that you left in the dust on your way to the Jubilee. And I can tell by the way you're listening that you're still expecting to hear your name being called like a summons to all who have failed to account for their doubts and their fears. They can't add up too much without you. And so if it were just up to me, I'd take hold of your hand, saying, come hear the band, play your song at the Jubilee. I can tell by the way you're searching for something you can't even name, that you haven't been able to come to the table. I'm simply glad that you came. And when you feel like this, try to imagine that we're all like frail boats on the sea, just scanning the night for that great guiding light, announcing the Jubilee. And I can tell by the way you're standing, with your eyes filling with tears, that its habit alone keeps you turning for home, even though your home is right here, where the people who love you are gathered under the wise wishing tree. May we all be considered, then straight on delivered down to the Jubilee, where the people who love you are waiting, and they'll wait just as long as need be. When we look back and say those were halcyon days, we're talking about Jubilee. That is the ever excellent Stephanie Lynn Smith on piano, in case you missed that. Love Winds and Jubilee are visions of a promised land of sorts, a space and time surrounded by love, by support, by comfort, even in the face of unimaginable loss. But we need to keep in mind that we haven't reached that promised land yet, not by a long shot. Over the last 3.5 years, this administration has crafted a multifaceted campaign of disruption and disenfranchisement toward refugees, immigrants, children of immigrants, even students from international communities simply here to study and learn. From the so-called Muslim ban to attempting to overturn DACA, to this summer's hasty attempt to use the pandemic to keep international students out of the United States, policy after policy has been rolled out for maximum chaos and disrespect. The cruelty seems to be the point. In the case of families at the border, the scale of suffering is nearly incomprehensible. Last year, I talked about the long-lasting damage that will be done to children separated from families. In February of this year, a report from Physicians for Human Rights asserted that such separations constitute torture. Last year, I wrote that the practice of family separation continued in spite of court order against it. June of 2020 marked the second full year of the policy, even though the Trump administration says they stopped. The cruelty is the point. We must release and reunite these families. We must release them before winter comes and COVID-19 spreads like wildfire through the camps. We can help. We can take action. Our Love Wins at the Border concerts are fundraisers for Immigrant Families Together, a nonprofit organization dedicated to reuniting and supporting immigrant families separated at the US-Mexico border by paying the bonds of adult family members who are detained in immigration prisons. IFT gives particular consideration to those who are extremely ill and to vulnerable LGBTQ immigrants. In addition to reuniting families, IFT provides programs of support and resources for reunited families as they recover from detention trauma and adjust to life in the US while their asylum cases are adjudicated. IFT had served 76 adults at this time last year. That total is 119 now. Bonds range from $1,500 to $40,000 per individual, so the need is extreme. I think of children alone at night, terrified, hungry, sick, or abused. I think of parents walking for days in the desert to get to this, a promised land that betrayed them. Little child, be not afraid. The rain pounds harsh against the glass like an unwanted stranger. There is no danger. I am here tonight. Little child, be not afraid. The thunder explodes and a lightning flash illuminates your tear-stained face. I am here tonight, and someday you'll know that nature is all the same. Rain that draws you near me falls on rivers and land, on forests and sun, makes the beautiful world that you see in the morning. Little child, be not afraid. The storm clouds mask your beloved moon, and its candlelight beams still keep pleasant dreams. I am here tonight. Little child, be not afraid. The wind makes creatures of our trees, and the branches to hands, they're not real, understand. I am here tonight, and someday you'll know that nature is so. The same rain that draws you near me falls on rivers and land, on forests and sand, makes the beautiful world that you see in the morning. For you know, once even I was a little child, and I was afraid. But a gentle someone always came to dry all my tears, trade sweet sleep for fears, and to give a kiss goodnight. And now I am grown, and these years have shown the rain's a part of how life goes. But it's dark and it's late, so I'll hold you and wait till your frightened eyes do close. And I hope that you know that nature is so. The same rain that draws you near me falls on rivers and land, on forests and sand, makes the beautiful world that you see in the morning. Everything's fine in the morning. The rain will be gone in the morning, and I'll still be here in the morning. In this world there's a whole lot of trouble, baby. In this world there's a whole lot of pain. In this world there's a whole lot of trouble and a whole lot of ground to gain. Why take when we could be giving? Why watch as the world goes by? It's a hard enough life to be living. Why walk when you can fly? In this world that were given. Oh, when you can fly. Thank you. When the Statue of Liberty was unveiled in New York in 1886, a gift from France, there was no poem inscribed on the base. There was not yet any connection to immigration associated with the new Colossus, as Emma Lazarus referred to her. Instead, Lady Liberty was originally intended to celebrate the liberation of enslaved US citizens, and was the commission of Edouard de la Ballée, an abolitionist and founder of an organization to financially support newly freed Blacks at the end of the Civil War in 1865. An original sketch for the sculpture showed her with broken shackles in one hand. In the final, the chains are beneath her feet and often go unnoticed. The references to enslavement were not universally approved at the time. Black newspapers called the Statue of Liberty meaningless and hypocritical because by 1886, Reconstruction had been crushed. The Supreme Court had rolled back civil rights protections, and Jim Crow laws were spreading misery and disenfranchisement across the US. And it's all a little bit like history repeating itself. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless tempest-tossed, to me. I left my lamp beside the golden door. I left my lamp beside the golden door. The word is about, there's something evolving. Whatever may come, the world keeps revolving. They say the next big thing is here, that the revolution's near. But to me it seems quite clear that it's all just a little bit of history repeating. newspapers shout a new style is growing, but it don't know if it's coming or going. There is fashion, there is fad, something's good, something's bad, and the joke is rather sad that it's all just a little bit of history repeating. And I've seen it before, and I'll see it again. Yes, I've seen it before. Just a little bits of history repeating. Some people won't dance if they don't know who's singing. But why ask your head? It's your hips that are swinging. Life's for us to enjoy. Woman, man, girl and boy. Feel the pain, feel the joy, and sidestep the little bits of history repeating. And I've seen it before, and I'll see it again. Yes, I've seen it before. Just a little bits of history repeating. In June, news broke that ICE detainees were holding hunger strikes in honor of George Floyd. From their own suffering, separated from family and everything familiar, they were taking the only power they had to show solidarity with Black lives lost to police brutality and militarism. They put their own lives in further danger to warn the rest of us that our national reckoning with our original sin is not over, will not ever be over until we face it honestly and with love. Instead, in August, Kenosha, Wisconsin officers fired 7 rounds into the back of Jacob Blake, sitting in his car with his wife and children. And a few nights later, a 17-year-old white boy from out of state murdered 2 Black Lives Matter protesters and maimed a 3rd in Kenosha, while armed officers ran toward the Black protesters, ignoring his obvious firearms. How is it that white murderers keep getting taken into custody alive, but African Americans are murdered in their beds or on the streets? La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da da da. We are searchlights we can see in the dark. We are rockets pointed up at the stars. We are billions of beautiful hearts. But you sold us down the river too far. What about us? What about all the times times you said you had the answers. What about us? What about all the broken, happy ever afters? What about us? What about all the plans that ended in disaster? What about love? What about trust? What about us? We are problems that want to be solved. We are children who need to be loved. We were willing, we came when you called. But man, you fooled us, enough is enough. What about us? What about all the times you said you had the answers? What about us? What about all the broken, happy ever afters? What about us? What about all the plans that ended in disaster? What about love? What about trust? What about us? What about us? What about all the plans that ended in disaster? What about love? What about trust? What about us? Sticks and stones, they may break these bones, but then I'll be ready. Are you ready? It's the start of us waking up. Come on. Are you ready? I'll be ready. Now's the time to ready. I'll be ready. Now's the time to let them know we are ready. What about us? What about all the times you said you had the answers? What about us? What about all the broken, happy ever afters? What about us? What about all the plans that ended in disaster? What about love? What about trust? What about us? 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 We're going to take a short break from the tough questions of today to go back in time a ways. Songs to consider: love and light and water. Moonlight and roses bring wonderful memories of you. My heart reposes in beautiful thoughts so true. June light discloses love's olden dream, sparkling anew. Moonlight and roses
1925. Yeah. Little wah wah wah.
Moon River, wider than a mile, I'm crossing you in style someday. Oh, dream maker, you heartbreaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbows, waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend, Moon River, and me. Oh, dream maker, you heartbreaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same, waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend, Moon River, See that band all dressed in white. Gods are gone to trouble the water. The leader looks like the Israelite. Gods are gone to trouble the water. Wade in the water. Gods are gone to trouble the water. See that band all dressed in red. Gods are gone to trouble the water. It must be the band that Moses had. Gods are gone to trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water. Gods are gone to trouble the water. Thank you. This next piece made the title of our show, Hold On. Although written in 1991, the themes of this song, hope, resilience, and trust in oneself and one's community, are as needed as ever. This concert is raising money to help parents reunite with children who are barely holding on, isolated and scared and abused by our own government in our name. They need our help to hope on. They need our help to hope and hold on. What you've got to do is finish what you have begun. I don't know just how, but it's not all till you've won. When you see the storm is coming, see the lightning part the skies, it's too late to run. There's terror in your eyes. What you do then is remember this old thing you heard me say. It's the storm, not you, that's bound to blow away. Hold on to someone standing by. Hold on, don't ever ask how long or why. Child, hold on to what you know is true. Hold on till you get through. Child, oh child, hold on. When you feel your heart is pounding, fear a devil's at your door. There's no place to hide, you're frozen to the floor. What you do then is you force yourself to wake up and you say, it's the storm, not me, that's bound to blow away. Hold on to something standing by. I hold on to think of something else to try. Child, hold on, there's angels on their way. Hold on and hear them say, child, oh child. And it doesn't even matter if the danger and the doom come from up above or down below, or just come flying at you from across the room. When you see a man who's reaching and he's jealous and he fears that you've walked through the walls he's hid behind for years, what you do then is you tell yourself to wait it out. You say, it's this turn on me that's bound to go away. Child, hold on. It's this turn on you that's bound to go away. I want to close with the last song written by Andra Day, an African-American singer and songwriter whose first album was nominated for a 2016 Grammy for Best R&B Album. This song from that album was also nominated for Best R&B Performance. Stephanie and I present this song in honor of all Black lives, and in particular George Floyd, who told the world he couldn't breathe, whose unjust death brought the world to its feet, and Breonna Taylor, who wasn't given a chance to say anything at all before being murdered in her bed, and the seemingly never-ending list of other Black lives injured or killed by police officers who are paid with our taxes. White supremacy isn't going to be overturned by a song or a concert, but we can keep showing up to do the work. This is Rise Up by Andra Day. You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, and we're gonna walk it out. Move mountains, we're gonna walk it out. Move mountains, and I'll rise up. I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up. Inspired and afraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up high like the waves. I'll rise up in spite of the air. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you. The silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll bring the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet, and move mountains. And I'll rise up All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other, and we will rise, we will rise, we'll rise up, we'll rise. I'll rise up, rise like the day, I'll rise up. In spite of the ache, I will rise 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up, high like the waves, we'll rise up. In spite of the ache, we'll rise up. And we'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, oh, oh, mm, mm.
Honor. Oh, I think I can hear through the smoke, and I think I hear encore. I think they're screaming encore. It was an amazing performance, Aurora. Amazing.
Well, it will not surprise anyone in Miss Smith's studio that we do have an encore. Of course we do. And before we get there, I do want to say some thank yous. I want to say thank you to Stephanie, as always, for this continued musical and social justice collaboration. Words, I don't have them. To Jess Fuller and Beth Salisbury and Zandiana here working on sound, or were here working on sound and video. To June Kammerling and Beth Salisbury, who are away and have been away and helping us with long distance adjustments to sound and camera. Thank you all. To, in fact, all the members of Miss Smith's studio, both Oregon and California. The support that we are sending around the world for our different projects is inspirational, and I so appreciate being in community with all of you. To one of my former choir directors, Dr. John Bailey, who I hope is watching today, and the members of our newly reconstituted alumni Pomona College Glee Club, it's been so nice to connect or reconnect with so many of you on our shared projects. David, I'm getting that in right after this. To my family in Oregon, California, Texas, and Virginia, thank you. To friends from Boston to Seattle and many of the states in between, thank you for your ongoing love and support. This last song almost didn't make it in the show. I'm not feeling kind. I'm not feeling generous toward people who are playing with the lives of immigrants and refugees. I'm not feeling kind toward the people who are gambling with our public health. I'm not feeling the optimism that used to come so naturally to me. These are very difficult moments, personally, regionally, and nationally, even internationally. I'm not saying that people who disrespect the value and worth of a human being should be coddled or praised, to very roughly paraphrase James Baldwin. Still, Michelle Obama has challenged us to go high when they go low. So let's try for kindness as much as we can. happen every day. So many heartaches that pierce the soul. So much pain that won't ever go away. How do we make it better? How do we make it through? What can we do when there's nothing we can do? We can be kind. We can take care of each other. We can remember that deep down inside we all need the same thing. And maybe we'll find, if we are there for each other, that together we'll weather whatever tomorrow may bring. Nobody really wants to fight. Nobody really wants to go to war. Everyone wants to make things right. So what are we always fighting for? Does nobody want to see it? Does nobody understand? The power to heal is right here in our hands. We can be kind. We can take care of each other. We can remember that deep down inside we all need the same thing. And maybe we'll find, if we are there for each other, that together we'll weather whatever tomorrow may bring. And doubts are not enough to talk about it, not enough to sing a song. We must walk the walk about it. You and I, do or die. We've got to try to get along. We can be kind. We can take care of each other. We can remember that deep down inside we all need the same thing. And maybe we'll find, if we are there for each other, together we'll weather whatever tomorrow may bring. And maybe we'll find true peace of mind if we always remember we can be
Okay, I just had church over there at the piano. Anyone else? This room is so full of amazing energy and love and power and hopefulness and despair, all of the everything. I give anybody watching this permission to feel all the feels. Hope you had a great cry. I sure did at the piano. We are raising money today for Immigrant Families Together. I'm going to lower the lid so you can see my website. This is misssmithpresents.com. And if you go to my website and donate, it'll be open for about the next week. And I will be covering the ding that PayPal gives you. I'm so in this amazing space of just, Aurora, unbelievable. I'm going to start calling you Reverend Dr. Sherman. You have earned a new nickname, my friend, the Reverend. I think she's Reverend now. We want to get money to these people, so please be as generous as possible. And then if you are watching this later, still go to my website, because there will be a link that will direct you to Immigrant Families Together and ways to give to them directly. I'm so proud of all of my students, all of my coaching clients. They're giving back in such amazing ways to me, to the world. Just thank you so much for all of you. Everyone go to my website. All of my live streams and events are saved on my page, and you can go back in time and donate to any of those organizations at any time. My next live stream is next week on Sunday, the 20th. That will be Sam Sappington, who is presenting a live stream for Confluence and Eugene Gaiman's choruses. The fabulous Jess and I will be doing a benefit for this studio once again, so we can continue to just keep improving our tech, improving our presence, just keep improving. That will be the end of October. And really check my website, because we're just going to keep going. We have people to give back to, and we're just going to keep going. So I want to end by saying, Mom, I know you're watching, and happy 80th birthday. I'm so sorry that I couldn't be there, and I just hope I make you proud. I was raised in Wichita Falls, Texas. It is a hotbed of Republicans. And somehow my mama helped me make it out. Make it out to the other side. I see the light. I am giving back. I care about other people, and that is because of you. So thank you for the way that you raised me. You're an awesome, awesome woman. The studio loves you, Mrs. Smith. And to everyone out there, stay well, stay safe, drink lots of water, Felix the filter, all of that. And you know the saying, if you're going through hell, keep walking. We keep moving. We keep moving forward. So thank you, Dr. Sherman, for this amazing effort. And everybody stay well. Thank you so much.